to understand what is ABAPer roles, okay, and what are the requirements, okay, what kind of requirement ABAPers will involve. Okay, so before going to that, we need to understand what is the SAP SD, what is SD flow, what is SAP flow, what is SAP FA activities. Okay, so you are aware of, right, all or three modules which are part of SAP, right? SAP SD is
Yes,
one
sir.
of the module in SAP. It's a sales and distribution. SAP material management. SAP FI finance. All three are also part of SAP. So we are just taking these three process because any project, any business process, many of the clients consider 80% of the business. These three modules will be there. At least finance will be common for every business unit because without money we can't able to do any business, right? And manufacturing and ASD, it's based on the business process or based on the like suppose we are in the banking process, manufacturing SD is not required. We are not manufacturing anything in the banking process. It's just finance and it's just finance, right? Basically, when it comes to banking projects, we don't have any other activities, right? In banking, so only we have finance. Banking means pure finance. So we have a finance module is there, and for system maintenance, SAP basis, and for system development, SAP ABAPers. Only three team will be there in that kind of business process. If there is a automobiles, okay, manufacturing side. So there is a manufacturing is there is a sales is there is a quality management is there. So all these modules is required. We have a SAP quality management module also, production planning module also, CRM, customer relationship management. Like we have more than 70 plus modules within SAP, real estate, telecommunication, all. So it depends on the business process. But finance, SD, will be there 80% plus more projects. Okay, so we should know about this flow of business. Okay, understood the context?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you see the SD flow, okay, so it's a standard SD flow. Any business, there might be slight differences client to client, but 95% it is same for any business process, sales flow. Okay, if you see the first one, it's an inquiry. Okay, then we have a quotation, then purchase order. You can refer only bold colors, purchase order, then sales order, delivery, shipping, billing, invoice. So consider in our case only, Flipkart can you can take Flipkart. So how Flipkart is doing sales through the portal, right?
through e-commerce.
Through the website. It's a e-commerce only through the website. So when sales is started, okay, they are not directly contacting us. We are as a customer, we are only log into the portal and we are purchasing whatever it is required. So that concept for them it's a sales order. So what will happen? Normally as a customer, when we log into the website, what we are doing inquiry. Product is there or not? It is available or not? We are doing inquiry, right?
Yes,
We are
sir.
searching.
Right.
First, we are putting the query in the top. That is a search bar. We are putting like trimmers are available, or washing machines are available, fridges are available, refrigerators. We are searching, right? Men's cloth, women's cloth. We are searching whatever required. That is the inquiry. If the product is there, we are checking that quotation. Quotation means like here, it's based on the product, okay? Like if you go cloth only, we are checking quotation means in from the clothing point of view, it is showing some amount like 400 to 700. When you select your size, it will show the 550, or when you change the size, automatically it will increase that amount or decrease the amount. But basically, when the product is showing, it is showing that the shirt value is 400 to 800. All right. If there is a size option, when you select your particular size, it will show that per exact amount. Did you observe that in the portal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is we can consider as a quotation. Normally for when we plan to buy the bike or car, we are going to that. showrooms and we are asking the quotation through the EMI, how much amount, for the down payment, how what is the amount. Even in that Flipkart and Amazon, we have that EMI options, right? We can see the which banks are providing EMI options when we are purchasing big amount, more than 10,000. If we are purchasing 30,000, 40,000 mobiles or refrigerators or ACs, whenever we purchase through portal, it is showing EMI options also. We can buy through EMI options. So those are all quotations. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So once it is done, then we are placing the order once we select, right? So once we place the order, okay, that we call as a purchase order. Okay, in SAP terminology. So once that order is created, showing thanks for putting the order through Amazon, we will contact you like that. We'll get some message. That is a purchase order. One number will generate for every product. So from their side, that we call that they are calling as a sales order from business point of. From our side, it's a purchase order. From their side, it's a sales order. So based on the sales order, they will deliver the product. Okay. So they will start the delivery, and once the delivery started, they will shipping the amount. Sorry, they are shipping the products right from one location to one location. So there, in SAP terminology, we call it the transportation zones. There are different transportation zones, like Gujarat to Andhra Pradesh, New Delhi to Tamil Nadu. There are different transportation will be available in packet. Those are all additional concept, but basic flow this what was we are able to see these steps. Okay, this is a basic flow. So once the shipping is done, then they will do the billing in that delivery point. Okay, so once the billing is done, they will once we got the product, finally they will give the invoice. Okay, once you receive the product, okay, in the on the box, you can see that invoice details. What is the product? How much amount it is, and who is the vendor? Who is the customer, and all. You can able to see that, right? For every Amazon packet, we can see that invoice details. One paper they will attach, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that because that in their terminology or SAP terminology we call as the invoice detail. So one normal invoice having the customer details, vendor details, items. What are the items customer purchase and total amount, and some barcode also available. Some other details will be there. Okay, some terms and conditions, policies. It might be also there in the invoice sheet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is a basic SD flow. If you see, so for enquiry, VA11 is the transaction port for enquiry and enquiry. Okay, and related tables are VBAK and VBAK. Once enquiry is done, customer request quotation. So enquiry once a quotation enquiry done, next it will go to the quotation part. Okay, what is the transaction, guys, here?
VA11.
VA11.
Yeah, VA11. It's a SD transactions. So let me go to SAP. We don't need to go inside, okay, in depth, okay, how this quotation is creating, how inquiry is creating and all. We just need to the flow, what are the transactions, what are the tables, because we are going to use this in our concept, okay, to understand. Okay. VA11. You can see here, create inquiry. Okay, you can see when we started inquiry type will be there, number of inquiries here, type of inquiries. Normal inquiry where it will happen, you can see. No basic inquiry, these are all custom inquiries. Z. You can see the first letter, it is created by configuration point of view. Basically, first one all it is available. IN means inquiry. These are all duplicate inquiry, ship project inquiry, different types of inquiries is there, EMI inquiry and all. So this will sandbox system that we don't have proper inquiries. Okay, this will be created by SD team. So basically, IN will be by default, remaining all like customizing inquiries that can be created by SAP SD team. So when we selected inquiry, okay, you can see remaining information. What is the sales organization? What is the distribution channel, division, sales office, sales group? So inquiry will be happen through this. These are all showroom details basically. Sales or sales office is a showroom details. Sales group and all showroom guys will fill this information. Okay. So here SJP SD team will create the inquiries. Okay, in this transaction. Once we enter, it will go to the next transaction. Next transaction, they will select all the products and all, which product we are doing inquiry and all. They will create the inquiries. Okay, if you're okay with product, then it will go to the quotation after inquiry. If you already purchased, then based on the quotation, purchase order will create and end-to-end cycle will be there. If you drop in middle only, it will be stop the process. Okay, only inquiry created, quotation created, purchase order will not create. Okay. So in Amazon and any e-commerce web applications, quotations, these inquiries, you might not seen that orders, but whenever you log in the screen, whatever you click on, suppose you click on one item, so they will get one click backend. So they will understand how many users are watching this item, how many clicks are performing for the particular item. They have different tools they're using to track the users' activities. Once you log in with your ID, how many items you are searching, how many items you are purchasing. Okay, okay, which item you mostly looking. Okay, so based on that only, in bottom you can see that suggestions items. Okay, so all will happen through these clicks. They will capture all the activities. So this is inquiry screen, and we have next one quotation screen. Okay, VA11 is the inquiry, VA21 is the quotation screen. You can see it is similar to that one only. Here instead of inquiry type, it is a quotation type. Data will be same, not much difference. Okay. Next we have a purchase order. I would like to show all the screens. ME21 here. This is purchase order screen. Guys, when I'm talking to these transactions, VA11, VA21, these are all for creation purpose. Understood?
Creation in the sense, we are going to create.
No. These transactions all are using for creation purpose. So if you want to change the screen inquiry, okay, let's say VA12, VA13, here VA21, right? Next VA22, VA23, VA20, here all you can see last letter is always one.
Yes, sir.
Forget about last second digit, last one. Here 21 1. Here 21. N you can ignore it. Say N means it's a new futures transaction. ME21 also is a transaction. ME21 N is a new transaction. N means new. You can see 21 also one is there. VA0 and 1, VL0 and 1, VT0 and 1, VF01, VF21. Always you can see the last one. One means it's a create activity in SAP. If you use VA12 here, it's a change. Here VA22, ME22N, VA02, VL02, VT02, VF02, VF22. All are changing purpose. Display purpose, it's a 3. VF13, VF23, ME23N, all it will be 3. Let me show you. This is purchase order creation. So we have to click on here, create the purchase order. So once we click on create, you can see item overview. Items details will be created. Header details will be. Once I click on header, you can see payment terms here. How many payments you are doing amount. Payment terms they will select it. This is coming from the finance. Okay. First payment, how many days? Second payment, how many days? Third payment. Okay, we have a conditions options here, and customer address needs to fill here. Okay, communication, phone number, salesperson, language, organization data, status of the item. It is not yet sent, not delivered, not invoice. So this will be a status. We can see that we can track through purchase order also. Not yet sent, not delivered. This will information. You can see order, delivered, still to deliver, invoice, down payment. This will be the status. Okay, so we have next steps, right? Sales orders and all. Every in the even if you create sales order, here we can see the status and all. Payment processing you can see here. Okay, mandatory down payment, no down payment, voluntary down payment. Okay, no down payment means it might be different options. Mandatory down payment means we have to select at the time of purchasing only they should pay the amount. Okay, here vendor we can select from which vendor we are selecting the we are purchasing the product. Okay, so vendor also one of the red in SAP. So I'm just selecting this vendor 350. Click on enter. Enter the purchase organization. I'm just selecting purchase organization. Which type it is? Organization data. From which organization we are selecting? I'll just select best and yes. Enter. It will show next value. Purchasing group. Every data. Purchase organization is one of the table. Purchase group is one of the table. Company code is one of the table. Vendor 3510 has not been created for purchase organization 06. So this purchase company code, this vendor should be match. Okay, this vendor should be part of this company code. Let's see how can we filter in that case. Company code we can see somewhere. Yeah, you can see this is a search help. Okay, through company code we can tell what is the company code 0006. Currently it's not we don't have proper data, so through the company code we have to select vendor. I'm changing the vendor. See, for this company code this will be vendors 3950. Click on enter. So vendor 350 has not been created for purchase organization. All should be interlinked. It is also not interlinked. Company code will purchase organization. So we don't have options here. Filter. So basically, functional guys they will understand where we can see the interlink and all. Okay. This purchase organization, this vendor also should have interlink. Currently, it is not allowing. We'll take the next one. This also not interlink. Vendor and purchase organization. No worries. So we have to fill this information and we have to create items here. Are you guys able to see these item details here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You can see item 1, what is the material? This is material will be there in Mara table. So basically you can give some, you can select some dummy material. Okay. I'm just selecting because when customer is purchasing, they're supposed to purchase through material. So I'm just selecting randomly this material, short text, material list, purchase quantity. So 20, material, 20 is the quantity of materials. Okay, delivery date, when it's supposed to be delivered. We can take 10 days next. From today it will be next one. What is the total amount? Okay, currency. We can fill this currency. This will not create purchase order, but we have to material group. It's a finished product or material we have to select. Okay, we'll take as a server's example. Storage location, we have to go plant, a material from which plant. This will not understand by users, okay? Only functional guys will create. Storage location, batch, request numbers, any other information. Here, purchase organization will come again. Purchase requisition. By purchase requisition here, guys. Now we are in which process? We are creating in the purchase order. So, but before that, okay, for that material there will be a purchase requisition that we have done. This is from flow purchase document. So this will not record. So we have to fill this mandatory information. Okay. So like that, how many items customer is purchasing? We have to fill all this information. Once you click on save, this will create the purchase orders. So let me show you one existing purchase orders. I'll go ME22N. Existing purchase orders will check. So what is the table, guys? Here purchase order, EKKO and EKPO. Here it is VBAK, VBAP. You have to remember all these tables. For the purchase orders, EKKO, EKPO. I'm just going SE16N. Okay, let's see EKKO. Just execute, we'll get some purchase orders. Existing purchase orders. I'm just taking this purchase order 14. Okay, now come to ME22N currently. What is the use of ME22N? It is for changing the purchase order. So you can click on this display or change. Okay. You can use other purchase order. Click on this. Mention the purchase order number. Are you guys able to see this pop-up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have to click this button. Purchase order will come. Click on other document. Automatically data will be displayed. Okay. The full screen. Wherever we required, we can modify the data. We are not modifying. I just want to show you how this was created in ME21N. This is 22N currently we are. Screen will be same. Okay, looks like it. I think it's generating. So by parallel we'll go. So what is the next transaction, guys? It's a sales order. Sales order will be VS01. So you can see related tables are VBAK, VBAP. For inquiry quotation also VBAK, VBAP only. Okay. Next delivery tables. Okay. It's a transaction is VL01N. Tables are LIKP, LIPS. LIKP is a header table. LIPS is a item table. What is header and item? Header is basic details like who is the customer, what is the sales order, how much total amount he paid, and what are uh, I mean which location he purchased. Okay, what is the store location, what is the sales office, and all basic information. Okay, customer address might be. And when it comes to the item details, like just now we fill item, right? Sales order, what is the item number one, which material he purchased, what is the quantity, what is the total amount, what is the material description. I mean, whatever we purchase items, those will be stored in item table. When we purchase, what is the company, what is the customer details. The basic information will be there in the header table. Understood, guys? What is header and item?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here for sales order, VBAK, VBAK is a header, VBAP is item. For purchase order, EKKO is header, EKPO is item. So here also inquiry quotation also we are using same sales order table only, VBAK, VBAP. Only delivery it will change, LIKP, LIPS. Shipping also it will change, VTTK, VTTP. Billing also VBRK, VBRP. Invoice also both VBRK, VBRP. So billing and invoice will be common tables. Shipping different, delivery different, sales order different, purchase order different, and inquiry quotation also sales. It's a part of sales order tables. Okay, you have to remember all these tables, very important, and try to open tables in SC11 and see what are the primary keys in these tables. Okay. You
Yes,
see,
Okay,
now
sir.
now you can see this item is this purchase order is displayed. You can see how many items there here. 2 items. You can see this is the material. This is the material description. Understood, guys? You are able to see this material. This is the description. What is the quantity here? 1. What is the unit of measure? It's a pieces. Delivery date. This is sandbox system. Now always it will, you can see the data 2095 data. It's currently delivery date is 2000. It is the net price. Currency USD dollars. Okay, you can see that material group electronics comes under electronics. The material comes under electronics. Okay, requester. This is a requester means user ID. Okay. Info records. This is okay. It's not. We don't need to understand. So we will not have other information basically. This all information. If for this purchase order, there will be 2 items. Okay. If you see in the table level also, header table will have only this organization, this vendor and document date and all, address, communication partners, card, organization status, payment processing will be there. So this first box is a header table. The second box is the item table. Okay, now you can say deliver an invoice. Do you have, you can see this is a payment term. This is from finance. Are you able to see this here, payment terms? So this normally finance team will create. Basically, okay, you can see 14 days, 3% of amount, 30 days, 2% with 2% interest, and 45 days, total amount, net amount. So payment terms, currency and exchange rate, and all this is a finance terminology. You can see at pricing elements, what is the gross price, discount amount, non-deductible amount, total amount we can see here. Okay, actual price. Hmm? We don't have any competitive details. Address, this is customer address, okay. Telephone number, postal code and all. This is ESA related, right? That's what it's showing United States. Communication address you can see here. Who is a salesperson? Okay, salesperson phone number. Partner information, no addition, organization data. You can see here. Purchase organization. Okay, purchase group, company code. Now you can see order. This is the ordered amount. This is delivery. Okay, this is invoice. It's a total amount, no changes. Payment processing is not they mention not applicable. So when we mention not applicable, second one is not no need to select. Okay, now you can see the item details in detail. Understood? What is purchase order? Sales orders will be also similar. It will be also same. No difference. Let me show you sales order. What is the transaction, guys? VS01. So whenever we create, we have to select order type. I'm just selecting as a cash sale. Okay. Click on enter. You can see here, guys. We have a cash to sell, sold to party. What is a sold to party, guys? Normally, sold to party means in business normally it's a customer to whom we are selling. Customer we are selling. So here customer is the party. Which party? Sold to party. Okay, so this is coming because of enhancement. You can ignore this number. Basically, we have to enter here customer details. So customer should be there in the system. So it's a customer also we call as a customer master data. And purchase order we saw that vendor. It's a vendor master data. Vendors also should be there. And here ship to party means who is shipping the product? Means vendor. Sold to party is a customer. Ship to party is a vendor. And he should be mentioned PO number. What is the PO number, guys? It's a purchase order number. Hello.
Yes,
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Right.
Sales order came after purchase order. So once we create the purchase order, it will create one number, 10-digit number. That number should be entered here. What is the purchase order date, creation date? We have to make. So this will be working. The backend. This will be collect the data from the purchase order, and this sales order will be created. We can see here also we have items. item one, material, quantity, description. So everywhere we have item details. Okay, what items? We are just transferring this item data, but only header data will be changed. Status, based on the status. This is a sales item, sales details. We can see basic information. Item overview. Because this customer is wrong. So basically, first customer and shift to party create mention. Then only it will navigate the tabs. We'll take some customers, sample customers. You can see here customer. Okay, I'm just selecting 3473, and I'm selecting vendor also. Market shift report. Now customer table is KNA1. KNA1 is the customer table. General data in customer master. We'll take one customer here. This is customer details. I'm just selecting one customer randomly. Come to the sales order. Here I'm just entering customer details. Enter. No customer master record exists for sold to party 21. So backend, so since sandbox now we don't have proper configurations backend. So this is a sales order screen. We have this some information. We have to mention procurement, shipping details, reserve for if you are rejecting this sales order. Okay, customer on behalf of customer we create a sales order, but in between if you want to reject, so we have to mention what is the reason for rejection. Some fields is there we have to mention. Let me open any sales order, then we can see. I think I go to VA02. We have to select some order number. I'll take some order number. We have 490 orders. We'll take this one only. 5455. Click on enter. It will open the sales order. Okay, are you guys able to see the information now?
Yes, sir.
You can see one item is there for the sales order. This is the sales order. Okay, you can see sold to party, shipped to party, both. This was a PO number for the sales order. Now we can see the PO number. Which transaction we can see? /OME 22N. PO number was there now, so I'm just displaying that PO number. See, continue. We can also see the same. Okay, someone has deleted this PO numbers. Okay, no problem. So you can see some information here. Payment terms is updated here. How many payments they are paying. This is item details and item overview. Will see. Item overview means basic. First thing also we can see the items here, all items, but item overview, because here we have to scroll down. If there is a 6-7 items, we'll not able to see. If you open item overview, we can see the proper items and items in detail. Okay. Pricing data, item categories and all that. Sales document item and all. Order party. Okay, procurement, shipping details. You can see fully delivered. This is completed overall status. It is already delivered. We can in sales order also we can see the delivery status, because we have to separate transaction for delivery, but because now purchase order we are using here. Now sales order will be using next step, and delivery status. Delivery will use in the shipping level. The shipping will use in the billing level. Then only we will get the interlink, right? The status log and reason for rejection. We don't have any reason here. You can see here order material pure quality. Okay, recycling, returns, sales call. quantity dispensed. So we have the reasons, we can select why we are rejecting these items or not. Okay. Customer recommendations, damage in transit, okay. Free of charge samples. Hmm? Understood, guys? So remaining, I'll not go in depth. Okay, we have a delivery order. You can try check this transaction. Okay, and these tables, and also I would suggest you just check all the tables by opening in S11 and try to open all the transactions with your login ID. Okay, so let me go to next slide. SAP flow. Okay, normally MM means it's a manufacturing. Okay, normally what will happen in manufacturing area, manufacturing outlet, guys? How
So,
manufacturing
yes, sir.
how manufacturing will do? Consider car manufacturing. What is the process for car manufacturing?
Depending on a sales order only.
Yeah,
How we got a sales order, we
Suppose
manufacture according to that.
yes,
they got, yes, they get an inquiry.
yes. So first we'll get inquiry and the quotation and sales order, a purchase order, then sales order. Based on the sales order, you'll do the manufacturing. The product is not there. If product is already there in the showroom, you'll directly deliver the product. Okay, so I was explaining the demo session, right? That
Yes, sir.
cycle how it is. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's an interlink basically. Okay, so in this basically sales will start. Sales is the first interaction with the customer. So based on the sales, if the product is not there, then flow will divert it to MM. From MM to it will divert it to finance. Finance to again it will come back to HR, and again it will be back to the customer finally. Okay, and will deliver the product. This is the flow of business inside. So now here, when we will do the manufacturing, suppose we got the manufacturing cost. So what we need basically to manufacturing, we need the raw materials, right? So raw material means again we will make it a we should work as a customer because we should purchase the raw materials. Who will deliver the raw materials? Some other companies, other vendors. Okay, like we are purchasing. Suppose we are manufacturing the car. We need the tires. We are purchasing tires from Apollo or Seat tires. So from for them it's again separate business, right?
Right,
It's
sir.
it's a
Yes, sir.
separate organization. For them, we are the customers. For us, we have separate customers. Suppose I'm a Volvo business, which I'm referring. So I need the ties from the Apollo. Apollo is one of the separate business unit. Okay, business process. So Volvo is a customer for the Apollo because Volvo used to purchase the ties from the Apollo or C8. Okay. So for Volvo, who is the customers, normal people who are going to purchase the cars. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir. Correct.
from my side also, okay, from as a Volvo owner, I should also purchase something from other side. Okay. So when I am planning to purchase a material, I should create the first purchase requisitions, so material requirements, or we should identify the material requirements identified either by the user who is a user, showroom guy in this case. Okay, user means or manufacturing guy. So when it's transferred from sales order to manufacturing side, that guy is a user who is handling that sales order or purchase order. Okay, he can identify at the time of sales order, or department can be identified. Department, the whole department, manufacturing department, or it might be material planning or control. Material planning or control means like in this month we got 10 orders, and we have a 10 orders mean 10 cars. We should have four tires for each car, right? So 40 tires. So we have only 100 tires. Okay, currently 40 we are using this month. Based on that current sale, next month we might get for another 20 cars. So 20 into 40, 80 ties, but we have another 60 ties. We need another 20 ties, right?
Yes, sir.
Currently we got 10 requests, 10 into 4 ties, 40 ties we are using out of 100. Remain we have 60, but we got next month we are expecting 20, sales orders might create 20 requests from customers. Okay, so 20 cars mean 20 into 4, 80 ties, but we have only 60. So 20 ties we should be purchase as advance. So that is here mentioning material planning. It's a via material planning or controlling. So they will start basically they will start before only purchase request. There might be three scenarios. Okay, either user or department material plan. So then what they will do, they will see the source determination. So in terminology, SAP terminology, it's a source determination, but basically it's a vendor selection. Uh, I mean, before selecting the vendor, so it's basically we are just checking the what is the source and also. Okay, so we have to check here ME41. Okay, source determination. Basically, it's RFQ, request for quotation. Okay, we got the purchase requisition. We understand that basic purchase requisition, but after that, what we supposed to, we should also get the quotation from the vendors, right? Like I told you, Apollo is one of the vendor. Normally, Volvo will not maintain single vendor. They are also having multiple vendors. Like Apollo, they will maintain JK tires also they will use, and they will use CA tires. Okay, they have account for all these three vendors. If you observe that any bikes or cars recently is coming, if you observe two bikes which is purchased subsequent month, okay, may also one person bought that bike, okay, suppose TVS bike. If you saw in June, it will not be the same tires. Bike is same bike only, but tires will be different company because that TVS also maintaining different vendors. They will not use always single vendor. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a business, normal business terminal. So they will here also they will check the quotation every time whenever they want. So whoever give the best quality and low amount, they will create the request for quotation. They will this is also quotation kind of thing. In the sales, quotation will be received by the customer. Here quotation will be received by the owner from the vendors. So once they understand the quotation and they will select the vendors which vendor is and comparison of quotation they will check the comparison of quotation, so which which quotation they are saving amount or which quotation they are getting good products and all. So then only they will decide and they will create the purchase orders. So this purchase orders to whom they are creating for the vendor's point of view. It's this we call as the internal purchase orders. Okay, in SD flow, that those are all external purchase orders means from customer point of view. So this is internal purchase orders means we are paying amount to the vendors. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here data from quotation or purchase requisition can be adopted to create the purchase orders. So we are using both data, quotation data and purchase requisition, both data to create the purchase order. You might see in that purchase requisition uh, screen, right? Last time, just now I show in that purchase order screen, I just ignore that field, purchase requisition field, because that
Bill of
is,
brand.
I, I thought of sales point of view, that's why I ignored. But the same purchase order screen we are using for vendor's point of view also. That time you have to mention purchase requisition field. Okay, so can be adopted to create the purchase orders. Purchase orders is then sent to the vendors to supply the goods. So once we create the purchase order, it will send to the vendors. It will go to the vendors. Okay, so vendors also having our SAP system access. Once they receive these purchase orders, they will start delivering products. So we have to start following the purchase orders. Follow up means did they start that transport, or it is in the on the way, or it is already delivered, or are they are doing manufacturing from their end. So we have to do all the follow-ups through these three transactions. There are slight differences, but you can open and check these transactions. Okay, so once we follow up these purchase orders, we will get the goods. It raw materials we call as a goods, right? Goods receipt. Once it is received, that once they deliver that materials to our business, then we call as a goods receipt. We have to do some activity in this transaction MB0. Okay, understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
And finally, invoice verification. Who will give this invoice? This will coming from the vendors. So we have to verify the invoice based on our purchase order only. It will get, or they might they might add amount or they might add additional tax. We have to verify all the invoice and all. So along with the goods vendor also, they will submit the invoice. System verifies the invoice against the quantity received and PO quantity. Okay, purchase orders. Okay, this should be sync with purchase order. Otherwise, we will reject this and we will talk to the vendor. The what are the invoice we got? Actually, we ordered for only for 20 ties, but you mentioned 40 ties. Amount will be I mean, about amount will be debited for 40 ties, but we received 20 ties. Whatever that wrong data, they will verify to the vendors and they will close this invoice verification. So this, then it will go to this account will be transferred to the account payable clerk is notified. This is from finance. Once a invoice is verified, this will go to the finance because who will pay the amount? Finance team.
Accounts department, finance team.
Yeah. So now understood this flow. This is basic 7 steps, but back end there are many steps. Okay. There are many concepts in also, but this is the basic flow. All other transactions are supported to these steps. Here also purchase requisition 51 is there, 52, 53 is there, ME 42, 41, 42, 43, ME 49. Okay, here we don't have another transaction, only vendor selection. Vendor selection change is not there. Purchase orders, we already discussed, ME 21, 22, 23, here ME 91, 92, 93, here also 92F, 90, 93F and all, here MB0 and MB02 and all, MyRace will be same, we don't have any other, okay. So wherever there is a transaction, it's into 3 you have to calculate, those many transactions we are discussing now. Understood guys? Sales also we have number of transactions. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah. We will go to the FI. Are you guys able to see this FI flow slide?
No, it is stuck in 7. Yeah, now it's gone.
Hmm? So here
Yes,
we
sir.
have
Yes, sir.
basic five. It's not a flow, but FI it's not a flow basically, but we have 5 activities. Okay, in FI majorly. So when you learn as a SAP, when you are working as a FI consultant, basically we have to do basic settings. What is a company? What is a company codes? Just now we saw in purchase order there are company codes. Company code means like if we have 4 5 business unit, business process, different business process. But we are selling only Volvo cars only. But we have a different business process. Based on the India, we have a one process. Based on the China, we have a different process. But everything will be running on the Volvo cars only. So what they will do? They will create one company code for one country or one region. Okay, if there is a big business unit, they will create for Bombay region, okay, Maharashtra region, they will create separate company code. They will create for New Delhi, they will create separate company code. For Calcutta, they will create separate company code. Or if there is a business wise, there it's their choice. For India wise, they will create separate company code. So we have to, that will be created by finance team. Okay, chart of accounts also they should create. For every country, they have to create chart of accounts and they should configure the basic settings for the chart of accounts. And they should create the fiscal years. Okay, financial year they have to configure. But these are only basic settings they should do before going to the further steps. Okay. And here you can see GL accounting also. General ledger they're supposed to create. General ledger their master data and they have to create the posting to INR balance. Okay, they have to create, they have to add these GL accounts to foreign currencies. Suppose they create one GL account, it's a kind of bank account also. Whenever they create GL account, okay, they created for INR postings. But suppose if some customers purchase from other countries, so we have to add other currencies also for this GL account. Add account to foreign currency we call. Basically here general ledger posting in foreign currencies, but for this we have to backend, we have to do another transaction, add accounts to foreign currencies. Okay, blocking the GL account, unblocking the GL accounts. Okay, these are all GL account activities. There are many steps. I just took important points only. Under this concept, there are many steps. And we have account receivable, account payable. So what is account receivable? This is integrated with SD module. When we're talking to the customers, who will pay the amount customers will pay the amount and we are receiving the amount. So it's account receivable activities. Account groups we have to create, GL account we have to create for this account receivable. So here customers will come because we are handling with the customers. We have to create the customers and customer bank accounts. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
When we talk about account payable, this is for vendors. Where vendors will come, it is from model, with FI. Here also account groups we have to create, GL accounts create for vendors. So vendor master data will come here. What is the table for vendor? LFA1. What is the customer? KNA1. And we have to create a house bank and bank accounts we have to create. Okay, company bank accounts. So these all the transactions. FA12 is the house banks, FA01 is the bank account creation. And last one, asset management. Because for any company, they have assets, right? Buildings, they have lands, they have machineries, they have, right? These are all comes under as assets. Shares also comes under assets, right?
Okay.
Yeah, shares is there, no? Shares also comes under assets.
Right.
So they have to transfer assets from one name to another name or one property when they are selling the amount, lands and all, they have to change the owners and all. So these are all comes in asset management or asset accounting. AM means asset management, A is asset accounting. And they have to create the different types of taxes. Okay, input tax, output tax. Input tax for the customers, output tax will be vendors. So these are all activities. Consider all these three flows. What will be the ABAP roles here finally? I'm just closing this in 10 minutes. Okay, ABAP roles. This is the main slide. Okay, you have to understand. So we have to create different kind of reports for all these modules. So what is the sales orders for this? How many sales orders is created for this month? Okay, what is how much amount we received? It's a amount receivable reports, AR reports, amount payable reports, asset management reports, sales report, purchase ordering reports, customer reports, master report, vendor master reports. So we have to create different reports in the SAP based on the data from these models. We saw that different three process, right? So we have a three concept here: classical, interactive, LU reports. By using these three concepts, we will be creating the reports in ABAP. Okay, and if SAP will not, our business process will not support the existing application SAP, we might need to create separate custom scripts. We have to go with module pull concept. So we'll be creating our own application. Okay, VA01 is one of the application for sales order creation. If VA01 transaction is not supported to my business process 100%, we have to go with custom script. It's a custom application or custom script. So through module pool concept, we can develop in ABAP. So we have to convert the data from non-SAP to SAP or SAP to SAP. Non-SAP to SAP means last 5 years I use .NET system or Java system. Now I am converting to SAP. I have to convert all 5 years database to SAP database. It's a converting data. So we have to use BDC concept, batch data communication. Okay, and we used to, and if you have different systems like .NET also is active and SAP also active, PHP also active or Java system also active. You have to communicate data between all these servers daily basis or in second basis. Data should be synchronized always. So we need to use communication data. Okay, SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP. We can use all these concepts. BAPIS concept. It's a basically it's API concept in SAP within SAP. IDOC is one of the concept. We can use REST APIs, web services, proxies. These are all concepts we can use for data transferring between the different servers. And we have to create electronic documents like invoice slip, delivery slip, purchase order slip, sales order slip. Now we are getting the invoice slip on the Amazon packet, right? That is a printing document, printing paper, right? It's an electronic document actually, but we are getting printing document, but basically system level it is create an electronic document. So we have to create like purchase order, sales orders, invoice document, delivery document. These kind of documents we have to create. The structures we have to design in SAP. So those documents we can create, those document structures we can create through smart forms concept. Okay. Suppose VS01 is supporting to our requirement, but in the main screen we have to add one more field based on our process. SAP didn't provide that option, but we wanted to add that option to that existing screen. Okay, suppose there is it is showing sales order. Instead of sales order, I wanted to make it as a sales document. So instead of order, we have to mention sales document. We are changing the existing functionality in the standard. We are adding our logic to existing functionality. So we can develop through enhancing the current options. Okay, enhancing the current application. This can be achieved through SAP enhancement framework. So we call it as enhancement concepts. Understood, guys? What are the concepts we are using?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are all the concepts we'll be discussing henceforth. I mean, in coming sessions. So class reports we have module pools, BDCs, BAPs, IDOCs, smart forms, enhancements. So these are all the actual SAP ABAP consultant concepts.
Okay.
Okay.
Any queries on today's session?
Sir, till now, what we have learned that SD, and finance department. How these three will be helpful for ABAPers, sir? Means what ABAPers do with this?
No,
They
just
create reports.
yes, we can see. So now we have to create the reports. Which kind of reports? Account receivable reports.
Okay.
We have to create from what kind of report means we don't know. First, basically, who will identify these reports and all? Finance team
Finance
will
team. Yes,
identify
yes.
because they want to see the reports. So they are just
Okay.
creating customer. They are using transactions. Like if you go SD, they are creating inquiries in VS01. How many inquiries at a time they can create? They can create only single inquiry.
Okay.
Okay, but they want to see all the inquiries created for this month. At the end of the month, they want to see all the inquiries.
So ABAPer will do with the help of this transcription codes and with the help of those VBAK and VBAP table.
Yes, yes,
ABAPer will create a report. Generate. I mean, he creates a program that will generate reports.
yes, exactly. That's why
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
giving this one. So because in
Okay.
last what of the batches, I'm delivering the subject last 3 4 years. I didn't discuss today concept till now to any of the batch.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
just
sir.
So we
I'm
have to remember this. All this means
yes, yes,
how to create all. Okay.
yes.
It will be
I'm
helpful for
discussing
us in
this.
real time projects.
I used to discuss this concept at the time of real time. Okay, but I
Okay. Okay,
wanted
sir.
to change that teaching process. Okay, that's why I'm discussing starting only, so that in that way, I mean, you'll have some clarity what we are going to discuss concept wise.
Right. Right, sir. Right. I
Now,
got it.
this is a business process. Okay, like when there is a requirement like purchase orders. Okay, we want to know what are the purchase orders created last 1 month or last 1 year, last half year. So all purchase orders will be stored in these two tables. Based on these two tables, we have to create the logics. Based on the logic,
Right,
we have
sir.
to
Right.
create the
Okay.
report. Okay. So now we are going to use all these reports, these transactions in the coming sessions.
Okay, sir.
That is
Okay.
the context of it. And you'll you know that now we are understanding all this process also. What is SDMMFI? What we are going to discussing with them, right? So requirement basically directly it will not come to the ABAPers. It will come to the finance team or MM team. Okay, or finance. I mean SD team. So they will create that report structure. What fields they wanted to display on the screen level.
Okay.
Okay, how it looks like. They want some value, or they wanted to highlight some text, or they wanted to pick only 4 5 fields from the database. They want some heading to understand that. They wanted data should be in the email manner, or they wanted to download the Excel. The content should be downloaded in the Excel format. So they will create the requirement. Okay, they will not write the logic, but they will create requirement. So based on that, we have to create the logic document. Based on that logic document, we have to create that programs and all.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and enhancement also I told you, no, in sales order they want to add one more field, and that we don't know, because we now in this session also we are not going in detail, right? How data is creation and all, because all are interlinking. They can only create all the data.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So only I just showing all the transactions and the
Right,
tables.
sir.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Configuration and all this SD flow configuration, normally it will take 6 months from SD team only normally. Okay, because they have to create, when they are creating inquiry, and you might see in some other details, right? Purchase requisition, company codes, vendors, all should be there in the database. Then only purchase order will create. Okay, the backend related data. So all they should configure all basic settings. In finance also we can see basic data should be there first. Then only all this will be work. Receivable payments, account, asset management, GL account. Because company code should be configured first. Company details, chart of accounts should be configured first. Fiscal year should be maintained first. Then only all this further activities can be maintained.